Welcome to our in-depth analysis of BigBear, AI Holdings Inc., ticker symbol BBAI. Over the past 3 months, BBAI has captured the attention of traders and investors alike due to its remarkable volatility and dramatic price swings. In this video, we'll break down the recent trends, technical indicators, and key support and resistance levels that could shape the stock's next move. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just curious about BBAI's story, stay tuned as we explore the data and what it might mean for your trading strategy. Let's dive right in and set the stage for our analysis. BAI's price action over the last 3 months has been nothing short of a roller coaster. Starting around $4.14 in mid-June, the stock surged to a peak of $8.48 by mid-July. However, this rally was followed by a sharp correction, bringing the price down to $5.06 as of September 12. Despite this retracement, BBAI remains well above its June starting point. The pattern reveals an initial strong uptrend, followed by a phase of consolidation and correction. This sets the tone for a neutral short-term outlook, but with some bearish undertones as the stock stabilizes near the $5 level. After the dramatic rise and fall, BBAI's price action has shown signs of stabilization. The stock has been consolidating around the $5 mark, especially after a sharp decline from above $6 in early August. This stabilization suggests that the market may be finding a new equilibrium, with buyers and sellers reaching a temporary balance. However, the overall trajectory remains uncertain, with the potential for renewed volatility depending on upcoming market catalysts or company news. Volume tells a compelling story for BBAI. During the late June rally, trading volume spiked dramatically, peaking at over 356 million shares on June 30. Another surge followed on July 2, with 375 million shares traded as the price jumped. These volume spikes confirmed strong buying interest during the rally. As the stock corrected in late July and August, volumes dropped to 60-70 million shares, indicating less aggressive selling. Notably, August 12 saw a volume spike of 239 million shares with a sharp price drop, suggesting a capitulation event. Recently, increased volume on up days hints at renewed buying interest. Understanding these volume spikes is crucial. High volume during price increases typically signals strong conviction among buyers, while spikes during declines can indicate panic selling or capitulation. For BBAI, the largest volume days aligned with major price moves, both up and down. This pattern suggests that institutional traders or large investors may be actively participating, amplifying the stock's volatility. Monitoring volume alongside price action can provide early clues about potential trend reversals or the strength of ongoing moves. Moving averages offer a snapshot of BBAI's technical landscape. Short-term EMAs like the 5-period at $4.92 and 10-period at $4.99 are slightly above their corresponding SMAs, hinting at modest upward momentum. However, the current price of $5.06 sits below most short and medium-term averages, such as the 20-day SMA at $5.21 and EMA at $5.26. Longer-term averages, including the 50-day SMA at $6.31 and EMA at $5.59, remain well above the current price, confirming bearish medium-term momentum. The 200-day averages, though, are below the current price, suggesting a lingering bullish long-term trend. Interplay between short-term and long-term moving averages is telling. While short-term averages hint at recent upward momentum, the current price's position below most averages points to ongoing consolidation. The fact that the 200-day SMA and EMA are below the current price means the long-term trend hasn't turned bearish yet. This tug-of-war between short and long-term signals often precedes a decisive move, making it important for traders to watch which direction the price breaks next. Momentum indicators for BBAI are sending mixed signals. The MACD remains negative at -0.37, but the histogram is slightly positive, suggesting that downward momentum may be weakening. The RSI sits at 41.38, which is considered neutral, while the Williams percent RAT also indicates a lack of clear direction. Stochastic indicators show oversold conditions in the longer term, but short-term readings hint at a possible recovery. The Commodity Channel Index CCI is neutral and the ADX signals a strong trend, though the Arun oscillator points to a downtrend. Overall, these indicators suggest a downtrend that could be finding support. ADX at 33.48 and ADXR at 29.44 both indicate a strong trend is present in BBAI, but the Arun oscillator at -85.71 strongly suggests that the current trend is downward. This combination means that while the stock is trending, the direction is currently bearish. However, strong trends can reverse quickly, especially if other indicators begin to turn positive or if volume increases on up day. It's important to monitor these signals closely for any signs of a shift. Money flow index at 34.07 points to moderate selling pressure, while the ultimate oscillator at 45.48 remains neutral. These readings suggest that although there has been some selling, it's not overwhelming. The market appears to be in a wait-and-see mode with neither buyers nor sellers dominating. This kind of setup often precedes a breakout in either direction, depending on which side gains the upper hand. Looking at linear regression over the past 3 months, BBAI's price has deviated significantly from its trend line. The initial rally pushed the stock well above the regression line, but the subsequent correction has brought it closer to or even below this line. High volatility makes linear regression less reliable as a predictive tool here, but the overall slope remains positive, indicating a general uptrend. The current price below the regression line could suggest undervaluation relative to the recent trajectory. Based on recent price action and technical indicators, the next trading day's opening for BBAI is likely to be close to the current closing price of $5.06. The slight uptick on September 12, combined with increased volume, suggests modest bullish momentum. However, since the price remains below key moving averages, any upside could be limited. Factoring in overnight trading and technical setup, a reasonable opening estimate ranges from $5 to $5.15, with positive sentiment possibly pushing it to $5.20 and negative sentiment dragging it down to $4.90. Key resistance levels for BBAI are at $5.25, $5.50, and $5.85. The first resistance at $5.25 is just 19 cents above the current price, representing a recent high. The $5.50 level is a psychological barrier, while $5.85 marks a previous support turned resistant. If the price manages to break above these levels, it could trigger a new rally, especially if accompanied by strong volume and positive momentum indicators. The downside support levels are found at $4.90, $4.75, and $4.50. The current price is about 16 cents above the initial support at $4.90. If the stock breaks below this level, it could quickly fall to $4.75 or even $4.50, especially if selling pressure increases. These support zones are critical for traders looking to manage risk or identify potential entry points during pullbacks. BBAI's intraday movement could be volatile, given its proximity to both resistance and support levels. The Bollinger Bands show a wide trading range, with the upper band at $5.94 and the lower at $4.48. The current price is near the middle band at $5.21, reflecting a neutral short-term position. This setup means that any break above resistance or below support could lead to sharp moves, so traders should be prepared for quick changes in direction. Average true range, ATR 14 for BBAI stands at 0.39, indicating the average daily price fluctuation over the past 2 weeks. Based on the current closing price of $5.06, the potential high for the next trading day could reach $5.45, while the potential low might fall to $4.67. If volatility increases, using 1.5 times the ATR, the range could extend from $4.48 to $5.64. These values serve as guidelines, but actual moves will depend on market sentiment and news. A bullish scenario, BBAI could break above the $5.25 resistance, triggering a rally toward $5.50 and possibly $5.85. This move would likely be supported by increasing volume and positive momentum indicators. Traders should watch for confirmation from technical signals and be ready to act quickly if the breakout is sustained. A bullish breakout could attract more buyers, further fueling upward momentum. The flip side, a bearish scenario would see BBAI breaking below the $4.90 support. This could lead to a decline toward $4.75 and possibly $4.50, especially if selling pressure intensifies. Rising volume on down days and negative momentum indicators would confirm this move. Traders should be cautious and consider stop-loss strategies to manage risk in case of a sharp downturn. Most probable short-term scenario for BBAI is range-bound trading between $4.90 and $5.25. This would be characterized by decreasing volume and mixed momentum signals, indicating indecision among traders. In this environment, patience is key, as the stock could oscillate within this range until a catalyst emerges to drive a breakout in either direction. Volume remains a critical signal for BBAI. Renewed buying interest on up days as seen recently could tip the balance toward a bullish breakout. Conversely, spikes in selling volume could signal a bearish move. Monitoring volume alongside price action helps traders anticipate potential shifts in trend and react accordingly. Bollinger Bands help visualize BBAI's trading range. With the upper band at $5.94 and the lower at $4.48, the current price sits near the middle band at $5.21. This suggests a neutral short-term positioning, but also highlights the potential for sharp moves if the price approaches either band. Traders often use Bollinger Bands to identify overbought or oversold conditions and anticipate volatility spike. ATR, or average true range, is a valuable tool for estimating daily volatility. For BBAI, the ATR of 0.39 means traders can expect daily price swings of around 39 cents. This helps set realistic expectations for potential gains or losses and can inform stop-loss or take-profit levels. In highly volatile stocks like BBAI, using ATR-based ranges can help manage risk more effectively. In BBAI's volatility, risk management is essential. Traders should consider using stop-loss orders to protect against sharp declines and set realistic profit targets based on ATR and support resistance levels. Diversifying positions and avoiding overexposure to a single stock can also help mitigate risk. Remember, volatility can create both opportunities and dangers, so stay disciplined and stick to your trading plan. Market sentiment can quickly shift BBAI's trajectory. Positive news or broader market rallies could push the stock above resistance, while negative headlines or weak market conditions might trigger a breakdown. Staying informed about both company-specific developments and overall market trends is crucial for anticipating potential moves and adjusting your strategy accordingly. Beyond technicals, company-specific news can have a major impact on BBAI's price. Earnings reports, new contracts, or strategic partnerships could all serve as catalysts for significant moves. Conversely, disappointing results or negative press could accelerate declines. Always keep an eye on the news flow and be ready to adjust your trading plan as new information emerges. BBAI doesn't trade in a vacuum. Broader market trends such as shifts in interest rates, economic data releases, or changes in risk appetite can all influence the stock's direction. When the overall market is strong, even volatile stocks like BBAI can benefit from positive momentum. Conversely, market downturns can exacerbate declines. Stay aware of the bigger picture when making trading decisions. Currently, BBAI appears to be in a transition phase. The stock is consolidating around the $5 level, with technical indicators suggesting stabilization despite bearish medium-term momentum. This phase often precedes a decisive move, so traders should be alert for signs of a breakout or breakdown. Monitoring volume, momentum, and news will be key to catching the next big move. Sum up, the most important levels for BBAI right now are resistance at $5.25 and support at $4.90. A breakout above resistance could fuel a rally toward $5.50, while a breakdown below support might trigger a decline toward $4.75. These levels will likely determine the stock's short-term direction, so keep them on your radar as you plan your trade. With an ATR of 0.39 and a history of sharp moves, BBAI remains a highly volatile stock. This creates both opportunities and risks for traders. Be prepared for sudden swings and use technical tools to manage your positions. Volatility can be your friend if you have a solid plan, but it can also lead to quick losses if you're unprepared. Conclusion: BBAI is at a crossroads. After a major rally and correction, the stock is consolidating, with technicals suggesting stabilization but medium-term momentum still bearish. Key resistance and support levels will determine the next move, and volatility is likely to persist. Stay disciplined, monitor the data, and be ready to act when the market shows its hand. Thanks for watching and good luck with your trading.